This is your newsroom for today, Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. We're broadcasting to you on E1 SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, $100,000 cash grant coming soon as parliamentarians approve some budgetary allocations in the House. 30 companies disqualified from government's agriculture contracts. Albion Estate worker loses house in fire.
This year is going to be a bad year trying to fix up. Yeah, it's going to fix up my house.
And sport, Bayroc Stadium, a platform for Olympians, says the former parliamentarian, and Sammy believes West Indies still fighting battles of 2016. With the news, I am Avinash Ramzan. Thanks for joining us. We start off by telling you that the government says preparations are already underway to roll out the second tranche of the $100,000 cash grant, with more than 716,000 Guyanese expected to benefit once the 2026 budget is passed. At the same time, the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, is also gearing up for local government elections this year, even as it moves to fill several senior vacancies, including key leadership positions. Kurt Campbell breaks down these developments from the National Assembly, where the consideration of the 2026 budget estimates continues.
A massive $72.5 billion has been budgeted under the Office of the Prime Minister, and according to Prime Minister Mark Phillips, that allocation will go towards the government's highly anticipated one-off $100,000 cash grant program. When asked how many Guyanese the $72.5 billion is intended to cover, Phillips told the House that for planning purposes, the government is targeting 716,261 persons. He explained that once the 2026 budget is passed, the Ministry of Finance will immediately begin the work required to start disbursement. Phillips reminded Parliament that President Dr. Irfaan Ali has already assured the nation that the cash grant will be paid after the budget is approved. He said government will work to begin payouts as early as possible. And this year, even more Guyanese are expected to benefit. Phillips disclosed that an additional 14,000 citizens are expected to qualify for the grant, largely due to young people turning 18 and becoming eligible. He said the registration list from the first phase, where more than 600,000 Guyanese registered, will be updated and cleaned, and an additional registration exercise will be conducted to capture those newly eligible.
We're catering for 716,261 persons.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, could the honourable members state when would the disbursement begin?
Mr. Chair, we are at this phase where we have a budget. As we pass this budget, the Ministry of Finance will start the preparation for the disbursement of this money, and the people of Guyana will be duly informed.
Meanwhile, the National Assembly also turned its attention to elections preparedness as the estimates for the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, were examined. Questions were raised about vacancies at the constitutional agency, including the absence of an assistant chief elections officer and a deputy chief elections officer. It was revealed that the deputy chief elections officer position carries a monthly salary of $1.32 million, while the assistant chief elections officer earns $943,585 per month. Additional senior vacancies were also identified, including the posts of Legal Officer, Information Technology Manager, Research Officer, and Security Manager and Chief Accountant. Despite these vacancies, government confirmed the GECOM has budgeted for local government elections this year, including funds for temporary election day staff, transportation, printing training, and election materials. Minister of Governance and Parliamentary Affairs, Gil Teixeira, explained that the election budget also includes payments for scrutineers and other operational expenses. She noted that although the allocation is slightly less than last year's, the gap is not significant, and some materials purchased in 2025 will roll over into this year. The issue of introducing biometrics at polling stations was also raised, but Teixeira said that would require a decision by the Elections Commission, and additional funding would have to be approved through supplementary allocations. Additionally, government said GCOM has indicated it has enough materials to continue producing voter ID cards throughout 2026. Tertiary revealed that during continuous registration, more than 12,000 new registrants were processed, while projections for 2026 are as high as 30,000 new registrants. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.
Thank you, Kurt. Now, the Agriculture Minister, Zulfikar Mustafa, told the Committee of Supply on Tuesday that his ministry has moved to block a list of about 30 local contractors from receiving future work in the agriculture sector, citing delinquency and poor performance. According to the minister, in the last quarter of 2025, the Ministry of Agriculture wrote to the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board with a list of contractors the ministry no longer wants to engage, describing them as delinquent. He did not read the full list into the record during the exchange. The issue surfaced as members questioned the delayed Bellevue Pump Station project on the west bank of Demerara, a major drainage and irrigation investment intended to reduce flooding impacts.
I heard the Honourable Minister saying that it was an arrangement between Tepui Group and Geico Engineering. Am I to understand that the ministry, because of that arrangement between the two, that the ministry is still holding Tepui Group responsible for this project and not Geico Engineering?
Honorable Minister.
Yes, we'll hold him accountable all the time, although we help facilitate the subcontracting, and we are also speaking with the contractor now. He is eventually responsible because he is the man always ensure that the bonds are renewed, and we have a bond there so that we can recoup any cost that he doesn't abide with.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, may I ask the Honourable Minister, who is the contractor for the Letterkenny pump station that was terminated?
That was retender and it was awarded by the National Procurement and Tendering Administration to Quality Deliverer.
The previous contractor?
I think AAA, some contractor from Borbies.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask the Honourable Minister if under this line of NDIA, if Tepui Group is doing any other project within this NDIA in terms of drainage, networking and pump stations, etc.
Honourable Minister.
So, Mr. Chair, for the member benefit, not only Tepui Group, but what we have done in the last quarter of 2025, we have written to the National Procurement and Tendering Administration, and we listed approximately 30 contractors that we said that we don't want to do business with them anymore. Those are delinquent contractors from the Ministry of Agriculture, and we will not want to do any business with them, and that has been sent to the National Procurement Board, and I hope that anytime those persons tender for a job at the Ministry of Agriculture, we will object to it.
Now, President Mohamed Irfan Ali has been conferred with the Order of Merit for São Joaquim, the highest honor of the Brazilian state of Roraima, in recognition of his role in strengthening economic relations between Guyana and Brazil. In his acceptance speech, President Ali described the award as a singular honor bestowed not only on him personally, but on behalf of the government and people of Guyana. He said the recognition symbolizes the growing partnership between Guyana and Roraima and reflects the shared commitment to cooperation across borders.
Allow me first and foremost to express my sincere gratitude to the government of the state of Roraima for this esteemed recognition. I am deeply humbled by this award, which stands as a meaningful symbol of the strong and growing economic relations between Guyana and Roraima, and more broadly, between Guyana and the Federative Republic of Brazil. Such recognition affirms that our shared efforts, dialogue, and vision for cooperation have not gone unnoticed. It is therefore my firm expectation that the parallel growth trajectories of Guyana and Roraima will serve to accelerate investment and trade between our two jurisdictions. The possibilities before us are significant: expanded agricultural cooperation, improved transport and logistics linkage, enhanced energy collaboration, and greater movement of goods, services, and people. These are practical pathways to shared prosperity.
Now, law enforcement officers seized 16 illegal firearms in January 2026, continuing a strong crackdown on weapons across the country. This resulted in 11 persons being charged with firearm-related offenses.
An illegal firearm is any firearm that a person possesses, acquires, or has in their control without holding a valid firearm license or other lawful authorization. In other words, if a firearm is in someone's possession without a valid license, it is considered unlawful. During the month of January 2026, ranks of the Guyana Police Force seized 16 illegal firearms as part of a crackdown on weapons across the country. The firearms seized include pistols, handguns, and shotguns. Alongside the seizures, 11 persons were charged with firearm-related offenses. The move comes as part of a broader strategic effort by the Guyana Police Force to combat violent and organized crime through intelligence-led operations, regional collaboration, technology, and community engagement. Under Guyana's laws, the possession of an illegal firearm carries a penalty of 1 to 3 years imprisonment, with potential fines ranging from $3,000 to $15,000. In a press release recently, the Guyana Police Force revealed that between 2020 and present, field operations have resulted in the confiscation of over 790 illegal firearms, with annual seizures increasing steadily from 133 in 2020 to a peak of 178 in 2024. During the same period, more than 290 individuals were charged for firearm-related offenses, linking law enforcement actions directly to criminal investigations. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken highlighted the force's key priorities, stating that their mission is to combat criminal activity, take illegal weapons and drugs off the streets, and protect citizens through professional and disciplined policing. The Guyana Police Force says it will continue to build on its operational successes, modernize policing methods, and engage communities to reduce the circulation of illegal firearms and maintain public safety. For the newsroom, Sharda Bacchus.
Focus on composting as part of new garbage disposal solutions. That and more when the newsroom returns. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is the newsroom. Efforts to reduce methane emissions from Guyana's landfills are progressing as the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development on Tuesday commenced training for composting and organic waste recovery at a Higgs-Bosch sanitary landfill site.
Solid waste management in Region 4 Demerara-Mahaica is at a turning point because for years the region has relied heavily on landfilling, but the numbers tell a sobering story. More than 50% of all waste generated is organic. That means that half of what goes into the landfill could instead be composted, reused, or recovered. This reality has made the current disposal model increasingly unsustainable. On Tuesday, Satrahan Knott, the Director of Sanitation, said a strategic decision was made to transition toward waste recovery and recycling, with a particular focus on organic waste.
So methane is one of the most harmful greenhouse gases emitted, and a lot of that comes from the decomposition of organic waste. So reducing methane emission is the fastest way to address climate change in a short term. So that is what this project set out to achieve.
He said large sums of money are injected into landfill waste, but it is the ministry's hope that this training will help promote recycling and moving the country up the waste hierarchy.
This training program will be the basis. This pilot would be the basis where we'll go around the country and have more compact training sessions with the different waste service providers and institutions responsible for waste management.
Landfill capacity figures highlight the urgency for a nationwide shift.
Cell 1, right behind you there, to the western side, right behind you, 16 acres, took about 10 years to fill, 10 years. Cell 2, we found oil and gas in 2015. Cell 2 started in 2021. It took approximately 5 years to fill, 5 years. Now we're at Cell 3, another 16 acres. We calculate that that will last us 4 years.
Training and capacity building workshops, including the most recent session, are part of preparing staff and stakeholders for full-scale operations. Reporting for the newsroom from the Higgs-Bosch landfill recycling site, I am Lizzie Yearwood.
Now, devastating Albion quarantine Berbice in the early hours of Tuesday. Firearm Ali, aged 43, of Sandreef, Albion, was jolted awake at around 4 hours after smelling smoke. Despite his concern, he could not identify the source. After returning to bed, Ali said he was awakened once more, this time to the alarming sight of flames engulfing the rear section of his house and the stairway. In a desperate bid for safety, he managed to leap through a front window. Ali, who works as a welder at the Albion Sugar Estate, suffered heart-wrenching loss of all of his possessions, including crucial documents. The Guyana Fire Service is currently probing the origin of the blaze. With his home now reduced to ashes, Ali is contemplating his next steps and remains hopeful for support to help him rebuild.
I work at Guy's School. The address here is Lot 15 Albion Sandwich. I was home when the fire came this morning. I smell the smoke. I would come downstairs. I check around the place in the kitchen. Nothing. Like normally me don't cook. And me not smoke that left cigarette or anything. You understand me? And when I check around, there was no fire or anything. But me didn't come outside and check. So I come back upstairs and I sleep. I know it's like a half an hour I drop asleep and the smoke wake me up. When I wake up, the whole house was smoke. So I come downstairs. When I come downstairs, the whole kitchen I see. The whole downstairs. 3 rooms upstairs, 3 bed. I get furniture, I get TV, I get music set. A lot of things they try to clothes, phone, everything done out. The glasses the other day I going to take out and cost 100,000 because this guy called me. All the days I give me you work. Since I get 14 years, my father passed away. I start work, come up to school. Trying to achieve something, trying to SKAR. This year I think gonna be a bit clear, trying to fix up the car. I said I'm gonna fix up my house because I went in a relationship, divorce, everything.
The Minister of Labour and Manpower Planning, Kioma Griffith, has confirmed that all protocols surrounding the recent tragedy at the Courtney Brand Wharf on Water Street, Georgetown, which resulted in the death of 4 men, are currently under review. Griffith recently told reporters that the ministry is awaiting the final report from the police. Once that is available, he said, details will be provided to the public. The incident that occurred on February 4th resulted in the death of 4 men who were employed with Guyana Port, Inc.
The investigation is still ongoing. We're awaiting the final report from the police, and as soon as we have more information, we're going to share with all the protocols involved are being reviewed and assessed right now. So I'm not able to give that information. I don't know of any toxicology reports or any toxicology assessments being requested.
We tell you now that some 800 traffic violations were detected through the Safe Road Intelligence System since December 2025. And while some have already been filed for court, the authors are expected to be filed shortly. The cases include breaches in traffic violations such as illegal third-lane use and speeding. The traffic chief, Mahindra Singh, told the newsroom that the offences were captured through the system, which allows officers to monitor roadways and identify breaches supported by video evidence remotely.
The Safe Road Intelligence System allows us the ability to detect persons who drive dangerous or careless on the roadway. So the third lane is supported by what? Technology. We have the ability to remotely monitor, and we detect the offenses is supported by video footage. We charge person and place them before the court. We have several hundred cases on hand to be filed in the court, and the integrity and accountability of the system is guaranteed by safeguards built in. So there is no officer bias associated with which a case would be made or not made. It's not a case that we can decide which case will go or not go by rejecting a case. The cases are established. When we view, we establish it based on what we see. This thing is not like how it was done before. We no longer have to stand on the road and wait for you whenever you come. We now have technology that helps us to trace the vehicle movement, which is easier and more smart traffic management than before. Integrity and accountability which the system operates is guaranteed, as there is no officer bias with which cases are made and presented to the court.
When the newsroom returns, the financial, weather, and bridge report along with sport. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Newsroom. Now for a look at what's happening in sport. We start things off with some track and field news. The former parliamentarian and Linden native, German Figuera, has expressed high praise for the newly commissioned Bayroc National Stadium, describing the facility as a game changer for the future of athletics in Region 10. Speaking following the official opening by President Irfan Ali on February 7th, Figuera noted that the realization of a world-class stadium in Wisma is a significant milestone for a community long regarded as the cradle of Guyanese athletes. Figuera, who was instrumental in making the initial representations under the previous administration to have the facility situated in Wisma, believes the strategic location will maximize the town's natural sporting potential. With the facility meeting international standards, Figuera emphasized that Linden's athletes no longer have to struggle with substandard training conditions.
Because they initially wanted it to be placed at the Mackenzie Sports Club ground. But I argued that most of the athletes lived at Wisma, and therefore the space is available, parking wouldn't be an issue, and the futuristic for growth, future development can happen right here at this facility, and I'm happy that that actually panned out and the government then agreed to bring the facility here. But in 2020, because of COVID and what's not, the project basically stalled. But in 2020, when the president was elected, he came and he visited the ground here, and I met with him and I said, Mr. President, we want this facility to be developed for international standards because we have the talent here in the community, and we want this facility to be one in which it will be not just a space where athletes can come and participate and we discover new talents, but more so it must be furnished with all of the necessary equipment, coaches, meals, nutrition. He said, Figuera, I can assure you, he's committed towards the athletes of this country, not just Linden and Region 10, and he's very much cognizant that a lot of the talent in the country do exist here. So he's going to ensure that this facility meets our expectation. And as you can see, we have a very beautiful facility here. I'm happy that the president has committed in honoring his word. He has demonstrated time and time again that he's a man who honors his word. And I'm confident with this facility, Guyana will see Olympic athletes coming out right here from this venue.
Football news now. The inaugural MODEC Tertiary Education Football at the Queen's College ground on Sunday, delivering 13 goals across 2 matches. A total of 14 institutions are competing in the tournament, which serves as a platform for student athletes to showcase their skills at the national level.
The University of Guyana, the Turkana campus side, proved that they're just as sharp with the ball at their feet. Kieran Spence ignited the proceedings in the 10th minute through a resilient Guyana Industrial Training Center side, GITC, held firm until the half-an-hour mark. The floodgates eventually opened as Ronaldo Sobers in the 32nd, Romeo Bradford in the 35th, struck in quick succession to make it 3-0 at the interval. Second half goals from DeAndre Anderson and Jalil Alcindor put the gloss on a dominant 5-0 display. If the opening fixture was a clinical, the second was a demolition as the Government Technical Institute dismantled Texas American University 7-1 in a relentless attacking performance. After a cagey opening 20 minutes, Akeem Smith broke the deadlock, sparking a collapse in the Texas ranks. By the time goalkeeper Emmanuel Lewis added his name to the score sheet just after the break to make it 3-0, the result was a mere formality. Despite a solitary consolation strike for Texas in the 81st minute, GTI remained ruthless, with Kevin David bagging the final goal of the day in the 89th minute to cap a 7-goal haul. Matches continued on Tuesday in Berbice, and Wednesday it moves to Linden at the new Bayroc National Stadium, where the Linden Technical Institute will look to defend home turf against the Cyril Potter College of Education from 16 hours.
Turning now to some cricket news, West Indies head coach Darren Sammy believes his team is still fighting the battles they were back in 2016 when he was the captain of the side that lifted the T20 World Cup in India after overcoming some controversies back home. Back in India, 10 years later for another T20 World Cup, Sammy spoke about the challenges his team still faces, but said they were focusing on what was in their control, which was the on-field performances. After a clinical 35-run win over Scotland on Saturday last, West Indies now turn focus to England, who pulled off a narrow 5-run win over Nepal on Sunday. That game is slated for Wednesday from 9 hours 30.
2016 was a special year, not only for us as an international team, but you know, the ladies, the under 19 as well. The circumstances probably still the same. I remember coming into 2016, some of the names that my cricketers were called, you know, some of the battles we had to fight. To this day, 10 years later, we're still fighting it. So, but we won't let that affect, you know, what we bring on the field. We try to control the things that are within our power. And some of these things are, you know, being dedicated, being resilient, being clear, and our execution, which is the on-field play. We started the tournament well. Mumbai has been a place that has been kind to us in World Cups, against some same opposition we face tomorrow. So we look forward to it. Like I've said before, many people look at West Indies and all the issues that we have, and sometimes it reflects in the on-field performance. So they don't really give us much of a chance. But within the group, the confidence we have within our group, the players that we have, the experience we have playing in India, we know when we put it together and we trust our execution on the process, we become a very competitive team. And hopefully that competition could result in us winning cricket games and taking the tournament one game at a time. England is ahead of us tomorrow, and we focus on that. We hope to come out and put a good show at the Wankhede.
Meanwhile, the all-rounder Jason Holder believes consistency will be key for West Indies as they progress through the T20 World Cup, following an opening victory over Scotland, with Shimron Hetmyer making a 50 and Romario Shepherd picking up a hat-trick on the way to a 5-wicket haul. West Indies is next confront England on Wednesday morning. Holder wants West Indies to ride on the same momentum from that opening game as they continue on the journey to copying a record 3rd World T20 title.
I think we tick a lot of boxes in the first game. You know, we keep challenging ourselves. You know, in each department. We all know we can improve in each department as we go on in this tournament. But for me, just be consistent. You know, consistent with our attitude, consistent with our with bowling, and also consistent with batting as well. We've definitely got to touch up in the field. We've been letting ourselves down and dropping a few chances. So that's obviously an area that we can definitely improve on as well too. But all in all, I'm really happy with how we started, and I just think for us, it's just really important to continue to build.
Now, Pakistan geared up for the highly anticipated T20 World Cup showdown with India by securing a 32-run victory against the United States in their second group stage fixture. The USA pulled off a sensational win against Pakistan in a super over when the sides met in the 2024 edition, but there was no such drama this time around. Sahibzada Farzhan sparkling knock of 7-4 from 41 balls and Babar Azam's 48 of 32 handed a target of 191 to the USA, who failed to keep pace during the chase as Pakistan made it 2 wins from 2 matches in the tournament. Opener Shayan Jahangir almost single-handedly guided the USA in the early stages of the chase, but fell 1 short of a deserved half-century in the 11th over when they were already struggling to keep up with the asking rate. Despite having wickets in hand, the USA managed just 29 runs in the 6 overs after the power play, meaning that Shubham Panjari in 30-ball 50 proved too little and too late as the spinner Usman Tariq claimed 3 wickets. And Tim Seifert and Finn Allen put on a record-breaking opening partnership as New Zealand made it 2 wins from 2 matches with a 10-wicket defeat of the United Arab Emirates. They guided New Zealand to the victory with the highest partnership for any wicket in T20 World Cup history, breaking the previous mark of 170 held by England's Jos Buttler and Alex Hales in a 10-wicket win over India in the 2022 semi-final. Batting first in Chennai, half-centuries from captain Mohammad Wasim and Alishan Sharafu took the UAE to 173 for 6, a total they would have thought gave them a fighting chance against the 2021 finalists. But any hope of a UAE challenge evaporated quickly as New Zealand openers Seifert and Allen produced a ruthless exhibition of hitting to help their side reach the target with 28 balls to spare. Having hit a 42-ball 6-5, in Sunday's win against Afghanistan, Seifert struck his second consecutive half-century in 23 balls and remained unbeaten on 89, while Allen hit a fifth ball 84, which included 5 sixes. And in the first game of the day, Bas de Leede starred with both bat and ball as the Netherlands opened their account with a convincing 7-wicket win over Namibia. The Netherlands ran Pakistan close but suffered a defeat in the tournament opener on Saturday and bounced back impressively in Delhi. Chasing 157, the all-rounder de Leede, who had already picked up 2 key Namibia wickets, crafted an unbeaten 72 from 48 balls to guide them home with authority. It was their biggest win in the tournament's history, while de Leede became the first Netherlands cricketer to score a half-century and take 2 wickets in the same match of a T20 World Cup. And with that, we've come to the end of the news for this evening. Of course, you can find updates on these and other stories on our website, newsroom.gy, and all social media platforms. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Avinash Ramzan. Thanks for watching. Be safe. See you next time.